A vow of silence, Maharshi explains, is not merely about restraining speech, it is about surrendering the ego. True silence is the inner stillness that comes when the sense of I dissolves. When asked if solitude is necessary for a sannyasin, he clarifies that solitude is not about physical isolation. It is a state of mind. A person may live amidst the noise of the world and yet remain untouched within. That is true solitude. On the other hand, someone who retreats to a forest but cannot quiet the mind still lives in restlessness. Solitude belongs to the detached mind, not to a place. When asked about mauna, or silence, Maharshi describes it as the state beyond both speech and thought, the essence of deep meditation. When the mind is subdued, there is no need for words. This inner silence, he says, is not emptiness, but unceasing eloquence. Words only interrupt the continuous language of silence. Lectures may entertain or impress for a short while, but silence transforms the listener from within. It benefits not just an individual, but the whole of humanity. True eloquence, Maharshi insists, is found in silence. When a disciple wonders how communication is possible without speech, Maharshi replies that the need for words arises only when there is a sense of separation, of duality. In truth, silence itself communicates directly from being to being. Asked why he does not travel and preach to people, he responds, "How do you know I'm not doing it?" Preaching, he says, is not about standing on a platform and addressing a crowd. It is about transmitting truth, and that can be done most powerfully through silence. He illustrates this with a simple contrast. A man may listen to sermons for an hour and leave unchanged, while another may sit silently in the presence of a realized being and depart transformed. Which, Maharshi asks, is the greater form of preaching? He explains that speech arises only after several layers of separation from truth. First comes pure knowledge, then the ego, then thought, and finally the spoken word. If the spoken word, so far removed from the source, can move people, imagine the power of direct silent transmission from the self itself. Yet most people fail to grasp this simple truth. They chase after mysteries, heaven, hell, and reincarnation, while ignoring the ever-present self that makes all perception possible. Religions, he says, use these outer forms only to guide seekers back to the truth of who they already are. Ultimately, everyone must return to the self. For even the ignorant man who sees the world sees only the self. It is just that he does not recognize it.